So this is an interesting gameplay because I never in a million years saw myself using the 71 bucks against anybody online, and as soon as I went to the lineups, I was reminded why I wouldn't use them. They have a 71 rated 6-man, and that's their highest rated bench player. If you go back to my previous gameplay with the 64 Celtics, you saw me talking about how a lot of classic teams don't have a bench, and this is a perfect example of that. So today I'm going to show you guys how, if you're just curious enough that you stumble into playing with the 71 bucks, how you would go about using them. And you see we're playing against the 2012 Knicks. So what I'll say is a lot of this is matchup based because I realize I'm only playing certain teams and different teams match up different ways. And when you're using one of these classic teams that don't have a bench, if you really want to use one of these teams, you got to be thinking about what is my biggest advantage and how am I going to dominate my opponent as quick as possible. And you can really do that with the Bucks because they have Oscar Robertson, who is huge for a point guard. So he kind of has that Magic Johnson advantage where he's going to create a mismatch. In this case with the 12 Knicks, not only do they not really play defense, but they're running Jeremy Lin at the point guard position. Now, if this guy is smart, what he would do is put Jeremy Lin on McLaughlin and he would let J.R. Smith guard Oscar Robertson. It's not really going to do much in terms of stopping me from scoring, I guess, because I'm still going to get off. But if he were to do that, at least I wouldn't be able to back him down relentlessly with Jeremy Lin because that creates all kind of other options, as you're going to see in this gameplay. One of the best things it does for me is, even if I'm not planning on actually scoring with Oscar Robertson, if I'm backing down Jeremy Lin and he sees me get closer and closer to the basket, he's going to start bringing help. Well, that's good because this team happens to have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar when he was really young, and he's extremely dominant in this game. So if you're going to give Kareem space, it's really like a pick your poison type of situation, and it creates tons and tons of space for him to dominate. And so what about when Oscar Robertson goes to sit? Because inevitably one of these guys has to get some rest on the bench. Well, as you're going to see in this video, you need a post game, and I think that's what a lot of these players that I run into online, they really lack a post offensive game, and it's so easy to master. I don't get why nobody takes the time. So with Kareem, I'm putting my back to the basket as much as humanly possible, and he can't do anything with it, as you see, because I'm giving him post fades, I'm doing the Hakeem shake, I'm trying to do the sky hook. I'm not sure if I got it off in this game, but if I did, it'll be in there. And that just goes back to what I was talking about with finding your best advantage and using it as much as possible. Now, one thing you're not going to see as much of in this video, because I didn't realize it until I was already up by a sizable amount, is that Bob Dandridge is on this team and he's pretty good. He can knock down a mid-range, he can occasionally knock down a three-pointer, but he can also handle the ball too, because I know a lot of you might be worried about if anybody else can really handle the basketball besides Oscar Robertson, and yes, Dandridge is a really good option. So one thing in hindsight that I would have done that I didn't do because for some reason I just did not see him on the court, is you can bring the ball up with Bob Dandridge and you can call a post up for Oscar Robertson if your opponent for some reason has not put a bigger body on him. So I would have definitely done that more, where I had Dandridge with the ball and had Oscar Robertson just posting up and letting me pass it to him, because one of the things that can happen in this game, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with, is it is so easy to lose the ball. So if you're taking the ball with Oscar Robertson from the 3-point line and backing down, that gives him a chance to bring help. He can swipe at the ball. It puts you at a vulnerable position to steal it, and I don't think this opponent would have really done that, but a lot of guys are smart enough to do that. So if you want to avoid all that, you can have Dandridge bring the ball up and then just tell Robertson to post up, pass it to him, and then you can go work from there. That gives you a lot of options. Aside from that, I'm not going to pretend there's a whole lot to this team really. The 71 bucks are super thin, so if you're using them, you're going to have to dominate with Oscar Robertson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know, you can try to get Dandridge into the mix, which I will do if I use them again. Another important thing is probably that McLaughlin, he can shoot the 3-ball, and I know that from NBA 2K16 because he used to light me up when I left him open. So if your opponent doesn't know that, make sure you're looking for him. Make sure you can even run some plays for him, or in the little quick screen, run a McLaughlin get open play if you need to, because he can knock it down from downtown. So unlike my last gameplay, this one actually didn't end up quitting. He took his L like a man, and I won by double digits. It didn't help him that he was using the Knicks, because the Knicks just can't defend worth a damn, and he had no clue how to handle Oscar Robertson. So now you know, if you happen to play against the 71 bucks, which I highly doubt because nobody uses them, put a bigger body on Oscar Robertson, or else you pretty much already lost the game. Anyways, this is a really short video for the Bucks. They're a pretty simple team. There's not that many pieces to them, so if you're going to use them, I think you can figure it out with what I've laid out here in the video. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell next to my name if you want notifications on my future videos, and I'll see you guys with the next team. Thanks for watching.